What we have here is a Rosemount differential pressure transmitter. This is an electronic device. Has an output signal of 4 to 20 milliamps, which is a standard instrumentation signal. It's divided pretty much into two different halves. The bottom half, or this section down here, being the sensor side. I called it a differential pressure transmitter because what this measures is the difference between the high and the low port, the H and the L, across these two. If there is no difference in pressure across those two inputs, across these two fittings, that is zero differential, or 0 inches of water column. Most of these are scaled in inches of water column. So if we're calibrating this just for a pressure transmitter, we will only apply pressure to one side. We'll reference atmosphere on the other side, because what we're using to measure the pressure is a PSI-G gauge, which references atmosphere as 0 PSI, or 0 inches of water column. So when we go to actually calibrate this transmitter, we're just going to have one piece of tubing connected to the high side. And if we look on the tag right here, this side over here of the capsule of the sensor itself is the high side of it. So we'll just be applying pressure to this one side. If we examine the top half of it, this is the electronics portion. This is the output portion. This transmitter is going to be one of the most versatile transmitters that you see out in industry. And I'm talking about petrochemical or power generation. This is the one you're going to see most of. There's two different sides of it. There's the electronic side, the board side. This outside board has jumpers on it, or has a jumper on it, which allows the user to select the functions on this. If we pull this off, we'll just gently pry off the bottom of that board. The connections are right here through these 6 windows and these 6 windows, and there's some knife connections and behind here that actually fit onto those connections on the board itself. And here's the board. If we look at it, right here is a jumper, and I don't know how good you're going to see this on the video, but right there is a jumper for our application in 1305, which is the instrumentation, intro to instrumentation class here at TSTC in Waco. We're going to place this jumper on the center 2 positions. I'm not looking real good here, am I? There we go. We're going to put them right there on the center 2, and then we're going to replace the board. Some days, and this is a little bit tricky one, just to line those 2 up. Some days it goes right on there. Some days, no matter how hard you try, the board will not go back on there.